Welcome back to Newsmax Now. I'm Miranda Kahn. The vote to confirm the country's next attorney general may finally move forward. The Senate has reached a bipartisan deal on an unrelated human trafficking bill, meaning that Lynch's confirmation may finally go to a vote as soon as this week. Lynch's nomination has been delayed since November. More U.S. warships are arriving in the waters off Yemen. They are officially there to conduct security operations, but several reports say their mission also includes intercepting Iranian arms shipments to Houthi rebels. This comes as Iranian officials say they believe a ceasefire in Yemen could be just hours away. Heather Mack and Tommy Schaefer are headed to prison in Indonesia. They were found guilty of killing Mack's mother while they were there on vacation in Bali last summer. Mack, who recently had a baby, received 10 years behind bars. Schaefer will be in prison for nearly 20. Bishop Robert Fenn steps down as head of the diocese in Kansas City, Missouri. The Vatican, in making the announcement, did not give a reason for that resignation. Fenn was convicted back in 2012 for failing to call police in the case of a priest who was producing child pornography. A new CNN poll says for the first time since President Obama took office, more Americans have a positive view of the economy than a negative one. And 6 in 10 think the economy will be better this time next year. 48% of Americans also think the president is doing a good job. 47% think he's not. Pretty split down the middle.
And Miranda, let's take a look at the headlines that we're covering on Newsmax.com. They're getting a lot of responses from the readers at home and hopefully the viewers that are tuning into Newsmax TV as well. And when it comes to the international community's response to Christian genocide across the world, What the says, quote, "I'm surprised that we haven't heard from Michelle Obama. Hashtag stop killing Christians."
Don Ho says maybe Christians need to do the hands up, don't shoot message in front of the White House and Congress.
Yeah, and what do you think about that? We talked about that a little bit here, that the idea of this hashtag kind of activism, and then Michelle Obama got a lot of slack for that, or took a lot of heat for that, I should say, because the Boko Haram kidnapped Nigerian girls, Bring Back Our Girls. She got on social media with a lot of folks and put that out there. But then we had the discussion earlier about how well ISIS is using social media to recruit folks, and you can kind of blast hashtag activism if you want to, but something's got to fill that space, something other than what ISIS is doing. Also, in that CNN poll we were telling you about that shows that President Obama's approval rating rising, Old Fashioned Man says, poll taken by CNN. Need I go any further? That's right. You always got to consider the source. Mad Mac says, quote, kind of like McDonald's having a poll claiming that the popularity of the Big Mac is going up. And Good Sam 55 says, I can't believe there is any person they poll that's living and breathing. Must have been those 90,000 dead voters from Chicago that were being polled. Yeah, and if you look at traditionally and historically what happens to presidential approval ratings, during the 6th year of the presidency, they usually suffer a trough of some sort or the other, and then there can be, maybe perhaps, and maybe not with this president considering everything that's going on, a rebound towards the end of the presidency. I think President Bush is still waiting for that rebound, though. But that poll showed 47 to 48%. It was still pretty split down the middle. That was on the economy. And when you listen to the message that this White House is trying to put out there about the economy, that the stock market has come back so much since the economic crisis of 2008. But the American people aren't feeling that. The 401ks have come back, the housing prices have come back somewhat, but there's not this sense that we are in a new era, a new dawn, as it were, of economic prosperity, and that is the message that's conflicting right now. President Obama needs to leave this as he leaves White House for Hillary Clinton or the Democratic nominee. This is what we did as Democrats for the economy. But Hillary Clinton herself saying on the campaign trail the economic recovery has stalled. Some would say, though, that it would have been much worse had President Obama not taken office, saying that he helped avoid a depression. I'm just saying some would say that. Some would say. Some would say that. That's what the Democrats will be saying. And you can count on us to debate that issue throughout the day here at Newsmax TV. Ed Berliner standing by. He'll be with us here in just a few moments. Later on, we got Steve Malzberg show coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and the Daily Wrap starting at 6 p.m. East Coast Time. Great to have you with us here today. John Bachman, Miranda Kahn, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, same time at noon.